BitBoy Crypto Morning TA. Good morning, it's June 30th, 2021. My name is Piano Matty B, and this is your Morning TA. A brief window into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano. I wanted to go over something called positive divergence, but with a little twist. Now, normally we see positive divergence with the MACD versus price action. And I know you're like, what does that even mean, price action versus MACD? Well, the MACD is an acronym for moving average, convergence, divergence. And that's just a fancy way of saying it highlights possible overbought or oversold conditions. It just tells you that there's a growing interest or volume. Are people wanting to buy it? Is there interest? Is there no interest? So let's take a look at the daily chart here and see what it actually looks like. So right here we see a downward pattern of lower lows from about 36K to around our support of 30K. Now that's the price action. Now down on the Daddy Mac deal make ya, we see the volume or interest increasing, and this is what our dad would call positive divergence, and it's a bullish signal that the price action has a high probability moving up. Another way of looking at it is this: you sell air conditioners and no one is really buying, so you lower your price in order to find a bid or a buyer. Now on Monday, the weatherman gets on the radio and he says, this weekend's gonna be a real scorcher. Temperatures are gonna get 42 degrees Celsius. That's 107 degrees Celsius. So get out that copper tone and make sure that AC is working. So you think, great, I'm gonna sell a bunch of ACs. But still no one comes in and buys, so you lower the price again. Same thing happens on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Everyone's thinking about copper tone and air conditioners, but still no buyers, so you lower the price again. Then Friday hits, and the mercury goes through the roof, and everybody wants an air conditioner all at the same time. And all that interest or volume meets a lowered price, and it drives the price of air conditioners up. Just like the mercury in the thermometers. Now here's the twist. I've been thinking about a term called fundamental positive divergence. And this is when all you hear is bullish news about Bitcoin. Every day some more amazing news comes out, but still price action seems to go sideways or even down sometimes. Now personally, I can't remember when there was so much bullish news surrounding Bitcoin in the crypto markets, ever really. Between the Fed trying to demolish the economy with an inconceivable amount of dollar printing. Like if you were to tell me 2 years ago that the Fed was going to release a stimulus package up to and potentially more than $8 trillion, that's trillion. And that's crazy. I would have said that you're crazy. And how about a country converting its currency to Bitcoin? Now, let me repeat that. A country converted its currency to Bitcoin. That is wild and crazy bullish news fundamentals. Meanwhile, all its neighbors are kind of sitting beside the tree going, that looks like a great idea. I think we should probably get on it too. Also, crazy bullish. Still, not really reflected in the price action. But when you take a look at this channel, not only are we accumulating, but we are drowning in fundamental positive divergence. And that means all this bullish news is built up, and it's gonna eventually drive this price up. So while we're in this channel building support, which is great because we want the next leg up to be huge and powerful, and that's what this piano thinks is highly probable when we finally break out. Yes, a majestic rise. So whatever you do, and I can't stress this enough, hang on to those pristine assets of yours. Don't sell them. Because when you tell your crypto story, and mark my words, you'll be telling your crypto story for the rest of your life. Do you want your story to end with, then I sold it at the bottom? And if you're thinking about doing that, I've written a song for you, if I may. Bottom selling, top buyer is what you'll become. If you start listening to the mainstream media, believing all their fun, well, you could never understand what it means to have diamond hands. So a bottom selling, top buyer is what you'll become. Bottom selling, top buyer is what you become. You start listening to the mainstream media and believe in all the fun. You can never understand what it means to have diamond hands. So a bottom selling, top buyer is what you become. You don't want to be a bear in a bull run. Bitboy Crypto Morning Tea.